Hey YouTube, guess who got a job offer? Me! Hopefully this time I actually get to keep it, rather than the background check maybe being an issue, so hopefully that's not the case. Especially because this company is a HRC 100 score, meaning that their insurance will cover my operation. So that would be great to not have to pay for that out of pocket, and so hopefully this all works out because it's a great company, it's a great offer, fantastic benefits, and so hopefully I'd really like to work there. Also, I went up to Cleveland last week for Thanksgiving, and I saw my brothers for the first time since I transitioned, and leave it to them to not really say a single thing at all about my appearance, the changes, everything like that. It was more of just a typical Thanksgiving where we fought about stupid stuff, we made jokes and things like that. Like, it was basically like nothing had changed, although they were using different pronouns now for the most part. Sometimes they still slip up a little bit, just like my parents do, but overall they were pretty good about everything, and the other guests at the Thanksgiving dinner weren't able to clock me, I guess, and so that's actually what I want to talk about with this video, is that I understand that I'm very lucky to pass, to not get clocked, to not get read as transgender, as far as I can tell when I go out in public. That doesn't mean that, when I go out and somebody maybe stares at me for a beat longer than, I guess, what normal social protocol says is okay, doesn't necessarily, it still kind of freaks me out a little bit, like when a guy checks me out maybe, or somebody's just looking at me a little bit too long. I'm wondering, am I getting clocked? Am I getting checked out? Like, what's going on? And, that's actually one thing that has been a little bit more difficult to kind of adjust to, I guess, than I thought it would. In that, you don't know, and it's really impossible for you to really ever know what other people are thinking. And so, to some degree, it's like if they're reading me as trans, but they're still treating me the way that I want to be treated, then it doesn't really matter. But, ideally, you don't get read as trans at all, and you pass, because then you get to maybe be stealth, where you don't necessarily have to not tell anybody ever, but you don't have to talk about being trans with random strangers or whoever if you don't want to. And if they don't know, then they're not going to treat you any differently, because they would have no reason to. And so, kind of at the beginning of my transition, I really thought that I would be one of those people who'd be out, proud, like, hardcore activist, and whatever. But sort of as I've gone through the process, that really doesn't sound as appealing to me now as it did before, because I realized that people can and do often treat you differently if they know, even if they're well-intentioned. But if they don't know, then you can just kind of live a normal life where it's a little bit less, I don't know, there's less shock value about who you are, there's less whatever, it's a normal life, and I think that that's what kind of everybody wants. So hopefully that's what I'll get when I move, assuming I do get to keep the job offer. And yeah, it's almost 2 o'clock, so I guess it's time for bed. Good night, YouTube.